Okay guys, how's it going? I want to thank you for checking out my tutorial. And today's tutorial is going to be about how to install an hour meter on a pressure washer. This tutorial will also work for installing an hour meter on a lawnmower, an aerator, anything like that. So to begin with doing this, first of all, this is the hour meter that I bought. I'll put a link, if I can find it, I'll put a link to it from eBay. Has instructions on the back here, but I'd make a tutorial to show you guys how to do this. Basically how this works is this wire here gets wrapped around the spark plug boot here, so it will pick up the spark from here and then run the timer when it's actively sensing that the motor's running. And notice this one down here says it's waterproof. I did get that purposely because this is obviously a pressure washer and it's going to have water. But basically, to start out, what you'll do is you'll wrap it around the spark plug wire. You can see there in the picture they put the little zip tie that comes with it, and then it's wrapped 4 or 5 times around it so that it can get a good connection. But once you do that, you want to start up the engine and make sure it's picking it up. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is take the pressure washer over to a hose and install the hour meter, and then I will start it up and show you that it's working. Okay, so I know this is not the greatest hose to be using with a pressure washer, but I'm just doing this for demonstration here. But basically now I'm just going to hook up the high pressure line so that it's ready to go, and I'll just purge out the air real quick out of the pump. So then what I'll do is I will, like I said earlier, wrap the wire around the spark plug wire here. So I will be right back and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so right here, what you'll see me doing is going ahead and unboxing the hour meter, taking it out of the package. Okay, so now that I got the hour meter out, I'm going to go ahead and untwist the twist tie that's holding the pickup wire together. And this twist tie will be what I'll later use to hold the pickup wire onto the spark plug wire. I'll also use a zip tie to hold it, but the twist tie will do fine for what you need to do. And here you'll see me taking the spark plug wire off. This one I had never taken off before, so it was a little bit more difficult than I expected. It took me a while, so I just paused the video here so you didn't have to watch me taking that off, but you should be able to take it off pretty easily off your piece of equipment. And then once you get it off, you can wrap the pickup wire for the hour meter around the spark plug wire boot. Okay, so here in this segment, I was able to get the spark plug boot off so that I could wrap the pickup wire around the spark plug boot. But basically what the pickup wire does is it just senses when the spark plug is actually firing to let the hour meter know that the engine is running, and then track the time that it's running. So here what I'm going to be doing is wrapping it around. And this task is easily done by one person, but if you have a second person to help hold it, that's always helpful for this. Okay, so here you can see I'm close to getting the pickup wire wrapped around the spark plug boot. So right now I'm just wrapping it up and putting it towards the bend in the boot so that it stays in place and doesn't slide down and touch a hot part on the engine. But basically once I have that wrapped around there, I just take the twist tie and wrap it up, and then I also use one of the black zip ties in the package on the ground there to hold it together. You want to make sure this is nice and tight on the spark plug wire so that it doesn't come apart or slide off and melt on the hot part of the motor, like the valve cover or the cylinder or the muffler. Alright, so now that I have it completely wrapped up on there, it's ready to go back onto the spark plug. And as you'll see here, I'm putting the spark plug boot back onto the spark plug. Sometimes it takes a little bit more force to press it down onto the spark plug and make sure it's seated properly, but you should be able to get it on pretty easily. And now that I have that, I'm just kind of rooting it around to see see how much I need to leave for slack. But basically there's just a little slot in the back of the hour meter that you run the wire through, and then picks up the engine running. And you'll see here, it's not really showing up on it a little bit too high, but I was using the edge of the package to make sure that the cord is pushed all the way into the slot, just to make sure we pick it up well. Okay, so that was pretty easy to do. Could be a little easier, but probably just if you have more than one person that'd be able to help you, that would make it even better. So right now, the next thing you want to do after you put that on is put the wire through this little slot in the back of the spark plug or the hour meter, which will pick it up. And this is a peel and stick kind. And there's either screw holes, or you can pull off this back here and then stick it somewhere. I'm thinking that I'm gonna put mine somewhere on the back here, like right down there. Maybe even over here. I'm not sure yet, but so right now, and actually forgot to mention one other thing that's not required, but you can use it. I just got a bag of zip ties here out. So once I mount this where I want to put it, what I'll do is I will zip tie it to the frame here, so that it's not just dangling loose, or it can get caught by a branch or whatever it is, just so that it doesn't get broken. So anyways, let me go ahead and work on peeling this back off and then sticking it somewhere on the pressure washer. Okay guys, so I made a bit of a mistake here. This is not a peel thing. You don't peel this off here. Instead what you do is use double-sided tape or the screws that are in the package. So I'll probably just use double-sided tape. So that because I don't really want to drill into the metal here. I'm gonna go grab some tape real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got double-sided tape here. Just set that down right there. I'll put my tape on right now. And after we do this, we're gonna test the power meter. Okay. I'm gonna put it right there. Oops, sorry about that. And oh, and one other thing I forgot to say. You should leave about a couple of, well, 4 or 5 inches of slack so that you have so that you're able to change the spark plug without pulling on the cable too much. So that's looking good there. Just tidy this up in here a little bit. That fingers can't get it. Alright, well, let's go ahead and test it right now. And if you know that it's working, you'll see on here that little timer icon there. That's going to be flashing if it's picking up a signal from the pickup. This is called a pickup, by the way. So, anyways, I will go ahead and start it up here, and then we will see if it's picking up. Okay guys, so the installation did work. For if you are installing this on your own machine, I wouldn't recommend doing the double-sided tape. It just doesn't stick. It's not, when it's stuck to the back of the hour meter, the back of the hour meter is just a little bit lower than the plastic on the outside, so it doesn't really stick. It just vibrated right off when I tested it. So what I did was there's 2 holes over here in the frame, and you can sort of see them here now. As you're looking at the pressure washer there on the right side of the handle. So I just put a zip tie through there, and then a couple zip ties. I had to use 2 zip ties for this. And I just put it through here. You can still read it. It goes across the hour meter, but it's nice and secure now. So now what I'm going to do is attach the cord to the frame. So definitely when you're doing an installation on your equipment, don't use double-sided tape. Go ahead and just use zip ties. It'll be much more secure. I think that's about it. Oh, and also one of the other things you want to make sure is none of the cords are touching the motor, so they don't melt. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I want to thank you all for watching this tutorial. And if you have any other questions, oh, and I'll also link the product, this hour meter. I bought it off eBay. It came from China, so it took like a month. But anyways, I hope this helps you, and when you're installing an hour meter on your equipment. Thank you, and have a good day.